Have you ever looked at your bank account on a Friday morning and felt a strange sense of confusion? You know you make decent money. You've seen the numbers on your pay stub. You might even have a professional title that people respect. But as you scroll through your recent transactions, the math just doesn't seem to add up. You aren't out buying Ferraris. You aren't taking spontaneous trips to the Maldives. Yet at the end of every single month, you're left wondering where the liquid cash went. This is what I call the phantom account phenomenon. It's the psychological weight of being middle class or even high earning on paper while living paycheck to paycheck in reality. It's a quiet, persistent anxiety that suggests you are working for your money, but your money isn't working for you. Welcome to the financial reality of 2025. The economic landscape has shifted beneath our feet in a way most people haven't realized yet. A few years ago, corporations were in the business of selling you products. They wanted you to buy a car, a software package, or a winter coat. Once the transaction was done, the relationship ended. But today, the game has changed. Companies have moved from selling products to renting lifestyles. They have figured out that it is much more profitable to charge you a small, invisible fee every month than to ask for a large sum up front. Everything has been broken down into microtransactions. Your seat heaters in your car? That's a subscription now. Your cloud storage? A monthly fee. Even the way we get our basic calories has been turned into a series of digital tolls. This brings us to a concept called lifestyle creep. It is a silent, slow-moving predator. As we earn more, we don't just buy better things. We buy more convenience. We stop noticing the $5 here or the $10 there. But here is the cold, hard truth. Because of the way digital platforms are designed to remove friction, $10 today feels exactly like $2 did 5 years ago. We call this the convenience tax. It is the premium you pay for not wanting to wait, not wanting to prep, or not wanting to click more than once. It's a tax on your impatience, and it is the primary reason you feel broke. Over the next 30 minutes, we are going to perform a financial autopsy on your spending habits. We aren't going to talk about saving pennies or living a life of total deprivation. Instead, we are going to identify the specific structural leaks in your budget that are currently draining your wealth. By the time we finish this breakdown, I promise you will identify at least $500 a month in leaking cash. That is $6,000 a year. That is the difference between feeling stuck and building real freedom. Let's start looking for that money. Part 2. Food delivery apps. The laziness tax. Let's talk about the most expensive button on your smartphone. You know the one. It's colorful, it's branded, and it promises to solve your hunger in 30 minutes or less. On a Tuesday night after a long shift, a food delivery app feels like a gift from the gods. But if we look at the numbers, it's actually a massive transfer of wealth from your savings account to a tech giant's balance sheet. We've entered the era of the laziness tax, and it's costing you a fortune. When you open that app to order a burrito, you see a price tag. Let's say it's $12. That seems reasonable, right? But that $12 is just the beginning of a complex hidden stack of costs designed to bleed you dry. First, there is the menu markup. Most restaurants raise their prices by 15 to 20% on these apps just to cover the commission the platform charges them. So your $12 burrito is already $14 before you even hit checkout. Then come the fees. You have the delivery fee, which varies by distance. Then there is the service fee, a vague charge that covers the app's operational costs. Finally, there is the tip. By the time you reach the final screen, that $12 burrito has transformed into a $24 expense. You are effectively paying a 100% markup for the luxury of someone driving a paper bag to your door. If you do this just 3 times a week, the math becomes terrifying. That is an extra $36 a week in pure fees and markups. Over a year, that adds up to over $1,800. That isn't food money. That's a convenience fee that could have paid for a high-end vacation or a significant car repair. The reason this works so well is psychological. Tech companies have mastered the art of removing the pain of paying. When you used to hand over physical cash, your brain registered a loss. You felt the bills leaving your hand. But with one-click ordering, the transaction is invisible. You aren't spending money. You're just pressing a button. This digital frictionlessness leads to impulsive decisions. You aren't hungry for a $24 burrito. You're just tired, and the app makes it too easy to be lazy. This is the first leak we need to plug. If you want the food, go get it yourself. The 10-minute drive is worth the $12 you'll save every single time. Part 3. Pre-cut and pre-washed produce. If the food delivery app is the king of convenience outside the home, the grocery store has its own version of a gold mine, the produce aisle. Walk into any modern supermarket today and you'll see shelves lined with plastic containers. You'll find pre-sliced onions, cubed butternut squash, and bags of triple-washed kale. It looks like a time saver. It looks like health. But in reality, it is one of the most aggressive markups in the entire building. When you buy a container of pre-cut fruit or vegetables, you aren't really paying for the food. You are paying for roughly 3 minutes of human labor at a 300% markup. If a whole head of broccoli costs $2, the bagged, floretted version often costs $6. You are effectively paying someone an hourly rate of $60 just to use a knife for you. Most of us wouldn't dream of hiring a personal chef to chop our vegetables, yet we pay for that exact service every time we reach for the plastic tub. But the financial drain isn't the only issue here. There is a hidden cost to your health and the environment that most people ignore. The moment a vegetable is cut, it begins to oxidize. Nutrient degradation starts immediately. By the time that pre-cut spinach or sliced bell pepper reaches your plate, it has lost a significant portion of its vitamin C and antioxidants compared to its whole counterpart. You are paying more money for less nutrition. Then, there's the environmental tax. These products are notorious for excessive plastic packaging that you are also paying for, only to throw it in the trash 10 minutes later. The alternative isn't even that difficult. It's a strategy I call the batch prep method. It involves spending 20 minutes on a Sunday with a sharp knife and a few glass containers. If you buy whole vegetables and chop them yourself, you can easily save $40 a week on your grocery bill. That is over $2,000 a year back in your pocket. Think about that. For the sake of 20 minutes of work a week, the length of a single sitcom episode, you can give yourself a $2,000 annual raise. We've been conditioned to think we are too busy to slice a carrot, but the math tells a different story. Your time is valuable, but is it $60 an hour to chop an onion valuable? For most of us, the answer is a resounding no. Buy the whole vegetable. Keep the nutrients. Keep your money. Part 4. Digital micro-subscriptions. We live in the era of the vampire economy. In the past, if a company wanted your money, they had to convince you to make a big purchase, a $100 software suite or a $50 DVD box set. But today, they've realized it's much easier to bleed you dry, one drop at a time. These are the digital micro-subscriptions, the tiny, recurring charges that are so small they don't trigger a fraud alert or even a second thought when you scan your bank statement. Think about your own phone right now. There's the 99 cents for extra iCloud or Google storage. There's the $2.99 for a premium weather app that doesn't have ads. Maybe you pay $4.99 for a photo editor you used once for a wedding or a pro version of a habit tracker. Individually, these numbers are trivial. They are coffee money. But collectively, they form a vampire effect. They are designed to be too small to notice, but they never stop. They drain your account while you sleep, every single month, year after year. The danger of the micro-subscription is that it bypasses our natural financial defenses. Our brains are evolved to guard against large, predatory expenses. If you saw a $300 charge for an app, you'd cancel it immediately. But $3? Your brain tells you it isn't worth the 5 minutes of effort it takes to find the unsubscribe button in your settings. This is a calculated bet by tech companies. They are betting on your inertia. They are banking on the fact that you will be too busy or too lazy to audit your subscribed list. For many people, these tiny leaks add up to $100 or more every month. That's $1,200 a year for digital tools you likely don't even use. It is time to perform what I call a digital audit. This is a simple 30-day app fast. Go into your phone settings, look at your active subscriptions, and cancel every single thing that isn't a Tier 1 necessity, like your primary communication or work tools. If you truly miss an app after 30 days, you can always resubscribe, but I guarantee you that 90% of those apps will stay deleted, and you'll realize that premium weather forecast didn't actually change the way you dress in the morning. Stop letting these digital vampires suck the life out of your savings. Take back control of your recurring transactions. Part 5. Smart Home. Over-engineering. We've all seen the commercials. A sleek kitchen where a refrigerator tells you when you're low on milk, or a toaster that you can control from your smartphone while you're still in bed. It's marketed as the home of the future. But in reality, smart home over-engineering is a financial trap disguised as innovation. We are being sold solutions to problems that never actually existed, and the price we pay is much higher than the sticker on the box. The biggest issue with smart appliances is what I call the planned obsolescence problem. When you buy a traditional high-quality dumb toaster, it has one job: to heat bread. It uses simple heating elements and a mechanical timer. If you take care of it, it can last 20 years. But when you buy a $500 smart toaster with a touchscreen and Wi-Fi connectivity, you've introduced a fatal flaw: software. In 5 years, the company might stop updating the app. The internal processor might become too slow to handle new security protocols. Suddenly, your expensive appliance is bricked, not because the hardware failed, but because the software died. You are left with a $500 paperweight. We are trading 20-year durability for 3 years of novelty. Then there is the privacy versus price trade-off. You are often paying a premium price for a device that is designed to harvest your data. That smart fridge with the giant screen? It's tracking your consumption habits and serving you ads. You are paying the manufacturer for the privilege of being their data source. It's a double loss. You lose your money up front, and you lose your privacy over the long term. If you want to build real wealth, you need to change your spending philosophy. Focus on dumb, high-quality appliances. Buy the heavy-duty stand mixer that doesn't have Bluetooth. Buy the washing machine with physical knobs instead of a digital interface. These machines are easier to repair. They don't require firmware updates to wash your socks, and they will likely outlast 3 generations of smart versions. Your home should be a sanctuary, not a laboratory for unproven tech. Stop over-engineering your living space. A fridge's job is to stay cold, and a toaster's job is to toast. Keep the tech in your pocket and keep the dumb reliability in your kitchen. Your future self and your bank account will thank you when you aren't replacing a $3,000 fridge just because the screen stopped responding. Part 6. Fast fashion hauls. We have all seen the videos. An influencer sits on their floor surrounded by 20 plastic bags, pulling out shirts, pants, and accessories that cost less than a sandwich. These hauls are designed to trigger a dopamine hit. They make you feel like you're getting a steal. But in the world of personal finance, fast fashion is one of the most deceptive ways to lose money. It relies on a fundamental misunderstanding of value, and it's fueled by a concept I call the trend trap. To understand why this is a financial disaster, we need to look at the cost per wear formula. Most people look at the price tag and stop there. They see a $10 shirt and think, that's cheap. But if that shirt is made of poor quality synthetic fabric, it will likely lose its shape or start pilling after just 2 washes. If you wear it twice and then throw it away because it looks terrible, that shirt cost you $5 per wear. Now, compare that to a $60 shirt made of high-quality organic cotton or wool. It's 6 times more expensive up front. However, if that shirt lasts you 3 years and you wear it 50 times, the cost per wear drops to just $1.20. The expensive shirt is actually 4 times cheaper than the bargain one. Fast fashion isn't cheap, it's just disposable. You aren't buying clothes, you're buying garbage that hasn't reached the landfill yet. The trend trap is the psychological engine behind this. Social media algorithms are designed to make you feel like your clothes have an expiration date. If you posted a photo in a specific outfit 3 months ago, the algorithm suggests that wearing it again makes you outdated. This creates a cycle of constant consumption where you are buying clothes not because you need them, but because you're afraid of being socially stagnant. The strategy to break this cycle is building a capsule wardrobe. This means investing in 10 to 15 high-quality, versatile pieces that can be mixed and matched. These are timeless items: a well-fitted pair of dark denim, a classic blazer, neutral-colored tees. By opting for quality over quantity, you can save thousands of dollars over a decade. You'll stop the endless cycle of hauls and start building a wardrobe that actually holds its value. Remember, style is permanent, but fast fashion is just a tax on your desire to fit in. Stop buying the haul and start buying the garment. Part 7. High-Ticket Hope Workshops. We live in the golden age of the guru economy. Every time you open a social media app, you are bombarded with ads featuring a person standing in front of a rented private jet or a glass-walled mansion. They promise to reveal the secret to wealth. But there's a catch. The secret is locked behind a $2,000 weekend workshop or a mastermind course. This is what I call success porn. It's an industry that sells hope, but rarely delivers a return on investment. There is a massive difference between specialized education and these high-ticket workshops. Specialized education gives you a hard skill, like learning how to code in Python or how to perform advanced tax accounting. Success porn, on the other hand, sells you a feeling. It's an emotional high designed to make you feel like you're making progress while you're actually just spending money. The biggest red flag in this industry is the circular economy of the course. If the person selling the $2,000 course primarily makes their money by teaching you how to sell that same $2,000 course to others, you aren't a student. You are a recruit in a high-tech pyramid scheme. These gurus aren't masters of real estate or e-commerce. They are masters of marketing and psychological manipulation. They use your desire for a better life as a weapon against your bank account. The reality of the information age is that 90% of the information in a $2,000 seminar can be found in a $20 book or even for free on a reputable YouTube channel. The extra $1,980 you pay isn't for the information, it's for the access and the vibe. But vibes don't pay the mortgage. Access to a community of other people who also spent $2,000 they didn't have isn't a networking opportunity. It's a support group for the financially misled. Before you drop a month's rent on a wealth retreat, try the $20 test. Buy the top 3 best-selling books on that specific topic. Read them cover to cover. Take notes. If, after finishing those books, you still feel you need a guru to hold your hand, then you aren't looking for a skill. You're looking for a miracle. And in finance, looking for miracles is a guaranteed way to go broke. Real wealth is built through the boring application of basic principles, not the expensive secrets of a stranger on the internet. Part 8. Aesthetic car modifications. For many of us, our car is more than just a way to get from A to B. It's an extension of our personality. It's a rolling statement of who we are. But if you want to find one of the fastest ways to set your money on fire, look no further than the world of aesthetic car modifications. Whether it's a custom vinyl wrap, oversized aftermarket rims, or an expensive exhaust system that just makes the car louder, these upgrades are almost always a financial double loss. The first loss is the immediate cash out of your pocket. You might spend $3,000 on a custom matte black wrap. In your mind, you've increased the value of the car because it looks cooler. But in the eyes of the market, you've done the exact opposite. This leads to the second loss, the destruction of resale value. When you go to sell that car, a dealership or a private buyer doesn't see your unique style. They see a red flag. They wonder if the modification was done professionally or if it's hiding damage. They worry that a car with an aggressive exhaust has been driven hard and abused. Most buyers want a car that looks like it just came off the factory floor. By personalizing your vehicle, you have narrowed your pool of potential buyers to a tiny fraction of the market, often forcing you to sell for thousands less than a stock version of the same car. Then there is the maintenance nightmare that follows these mods. Aftermarket rims are often thinner and more prone to cracking on a standard pothole. Lowered suspensions can lead to premature wear on your tires and chassis. Even worse, many insurance companies will use these modifications as an excuse to raise your premiums or, in some cases, deny a claim entirely if the mod is deemed to have contributed to an accident. You are paying more for the part, more for the insurance, and more for the eventual repairs. Real wealth is built on a wealth mindset, which views a car as a tool for transport, not a canvas for your ego. The most successful people I know often drive the most boring cars. Why? Because they know that a car is a depreciating asset. It is a machine designed to lose value every day you own it. Adding expensive mods to a depreciating asset is like trying to decorate a sinking ship with gold leaf. It doesn't stop the ship from sinking, it just makes the loss more expensive when it hits the bottom. If you feel the urge to spend $5,000 to make your car look faster, take that money and invest it in an asset that actually grows. Let your bank account be the statement of your success, not your spoiler. Part 9. The BNPL, Buy Now, Pay Later, Spiral. In the last few years, a new button has appeared at almost every digital checkout. It's usually bright, friendly, and promises you the world for just a fraction of the price today. It says 4 easy payments of $25. This is the world of Buy Now, Pay Later, or BNPL. It is marketed as a consumer-friendly alternative to credit cards, but in reality, it is a sophisticated psychological trick designed to bypass your financial common sense. The trick lies in how our brains process numbers. When you see a price tag of $100 for a pair of shoes, your brain performs a pain-benefit analysis. You ask yourself, is this $100 bill worth these shoes? For many, the answer is no. But when that price is broken down into 4 payments of $25, the pain is reduced by 75%. You aren't spending $100 anymore, you're just spending $25. Except, of course, you aren't. You're still spending the $100, but you've tricked your brain into thinking the expense is trivial. This leads to what I call the debt stack. Because each individual payment is so small, you don't stop at one. You use BNPL for the shoes, then for a new jacket, then for a dinner out. Individually, these are small $20 or $30 commitments. But when you look at your calendar, you realize you have 12 different micro-debts hitting your account on different days of the month. Suddenly, 40% of your future paycheck is already spent before you even walk into work on Monday morning. You are no longer working for yourself. You are working to pay off the ghost of a shopping trip you took 6 weeks ago. This creates a cycle of pre-committed income. You can't save, you can't invest, and you can't handle an emergency because your income is already spoken for by a dozen different apps. The danger of BNPL is that it makes debt feel normal for small, everyday purchases. We used to reserve debt for major life milestones like a house or an education. Now, we are financing t-shirts and takeout. This erodes your financial discipline. It turns you into a payment shopper rather than a value shopper. To break this spiral, you have to return to a simple rule. If you can't afford to buy it twice in cash today, you can't afford it. Stop splitting the cost of your lifestyle into easy payments. There is nothing easy about a life where your future is already sold to a tech company. Pay in full or don't pay at all. Part 10. Trendy Biohacking Supplements. In the modern world, productivity has become a religion. We are obsessed with the idea of hacking our biology to work longer, think faster, and live forever. This obsession has birthed a massive industry of biohacking supplements. From neon-colored greens powders to sophisticated nootropics that claim to unlock your brain's hidden potential. Walk into any high-end grocery store in 2025 and you'll see entire aisles dedicated to powders that promise to replace your daily vegetable intake with a single scoop. But if we peel back the marketing, we find a massive placebo tax hidden inside these jars. The marketing is seductive. They tell you that your diet is deficient and that only their proprietary blend of 75 superfoods can save you. They use words like bioavailability and cellular optimization. But here is the biological reality. Your body is a highly efficient machine, not a bottomless sink. When you consume an $80 a month super supplement that provides 3,000% of your daily vitamin B, your body doesn't optimize. It simply flushes the excess out of your system. You aren't buying better health. You are literally paying for the world's most expensive urine. Furthermore, many of these greens powders are essentially dehydrated vegetables sold at a staggering markup. While a serving of frozen spinach or broccoli costs about 25 cents, a single scoop of a luxury green powder can cost over $3. You are paying a 1,200% premium for the convenience of not eating a salad. And because these are supplements, they aren't regulated like food. You are often paying for proprietary blends where you don't even know the exact dosage of the ingredients you're buying. The ultimate irony of the biohacking craze is that the most powerful hack in human history is completely free. We have mountains of clinical data proving that 8 hours of consistent, high-quality sleep does more for your cognitive function, your hormone balance, and your immune system than any brain supplement ever could. Sleep is the time when your brain literally washes itself of toxins and consolidates your memories. Yet, we will spend $200 a month on focus pills while staying up until 2 a.m. scrolling through our phones. We are trying to buy with money what we refuse to pay for with discipline. If you want to optimize your life, stop looking for the miracle powder. Spend $0 on 8 hours of sleep and spend the $200 you saved on your retirement account. Biology cannot be cheated with a credit card. I apologize for that oversight. I jumped straight to the conclusion and missed the crucial breakdown of the hygiene industry. Let's fix that right now. Part 11. Premium. Generic hygiene. Let's take a walk into your bathroom and look at the products sitting on your counter. For many of us, this space has become a museum of high-end marketing. You might have a bottle of designer face wash that costs $60. It comes in a heavy glass bottle. It has a minimalist label. It smells like a spa. But if you take that bottle and compare it to a $10 brand from your local pharmacy, you are going to find something shocking. In the world of hygiene, we are often paying a 500% markup for a luxury label that does absolutely nothing for our skin. To understand why, we have to look at the chemistry. Most basic cleansers, whether they cost $60 or $6, rely on the exact same active ingredients called surfactants. These are the molecules that trap dirt and oil so they can be rinsed away by water. Whether it's sodium lauryl sulfate or a gentler cocoa glucoside, the work is being done by basic chemical compounds that are incredibly cheap to produce. When you buy the designer version, you aren't paying for better cleaning technology. You are paying for the heavy glass bottle, the celebrity endorsement, and the expensive rent of the department store where you bought it. The beauty industry relies on hope in a jar. They want you to believe that a more expensive soap will somehow transform your biology. But the reality is that soap is a wash-off product. It stays on your skin for exactly 30 seconds before it goes down the drain. Even if that $60 wash has rare botanical extracts, they aren't on your face long enough to do anything. You are literally washing your money down the sink. If you want to optimize your hygiene budget, follow the wash-off versus leave-on rule. This is how you save hundreds of dollars a year without sacrificing your self-care. The rule is simple. Save your money on wash-off products. This includes soaps, cleansers, and basic shampoos. Buy the high-quality pharmacy brands that are recommended by dermatologists. Then, if you want to spend, invest that money in leave-on products like serums, moisturizers, or sunscreens. These are the products that actually sit on your skin for hours and have the time to make a difference. Stop letting luxury branding dictate your hygiene. Your skin can't tell the difference between a $10 surfactant and a $60 one, but your bank account definitely can.